Hello folks, and welcome to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be previewing the brand new Aerosoft Twin Otter, a legendary aircraft which can land pretty much about anywhere. And we're going to be testing out our skills today, flying from Oban in Scotland all the way to Barra. Now if you don't know where Barra is, it's actually in the northern tip of Scotland, and it has a very short runway. But the difference here, or the exciting thing here, is that it actually is a beach runway. And Flybe used to operate this aircraft from there all the time. So, and by the way, this version comes in many different variants, including skis. You've got Tundra tyres that you can fit to this thing, even floats. So really, there is nowhere that this aircraft cannot reach, and it's kind of like a mini airliner in many ways, with tons of character. Now I'm just going to have a look around here at the sort of external textures, but I will say more than once in this little preview that this is by no means finished. In fact, there's quite a few sounds that are missing, animations, and just a few little quirks that will be, I'm sure, fixed. It's planned to be released on the 19th of January, and I think it's going to be around €30. Which actually is pretty decently priced, and I think it's fair to say that this is going to be a very popular add-on, not just for the PC side but for the Xbox users as well, because it's going to be sort of a combined release, shall we say. Now, one thing that struck me about this aircraft, and maybe it's because it's been jointly created for PC and Xbox, is that the frame rate is absolutely superb. This is probably the best performing aircraft I have come across payware, but also seems to retain the very nice sort of clarity and textures and PBR work. I mean, look at it. This thing looks very, very nice. And I'm not sure how they've done it here, but it does look superb. And that extends into the cockpit, which will go now. There we go. So this is the business end, and you know, I just love steam gauges. It's been a while since I've flown an aircraft like this, and the Twin Otter, my God, I mean, it's such a legendary aircraft. You'll see this regular at places like Luckler Airport, and maybe even Courchevel, just places where there's, you know, high altitude, short field runways with unpaved sort of grass strips and goodness knows what. This aircraft can do it all, and I'll just have to take you for a bit of a tour around. We're in the passenger version at the moment, and as I say, the textures are very nice. Inside, I mean, they're very, very good, don't get me wrong, but they're not class leading. However, I don't think that really matters, to be honest. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I think this looks more than adequate, really. And if it means you're going to save precious frames, then I think the balance of really believable textures but really good frame rate, I think that is more important personally, and I think they've really hit it out the park here with this, because it looks really, really good. Right guys, sorry, I'm just trying to position my mouse because it's being a bit weird today. There we go. We'll go back into the cockpit area. We've just removed, by the way, the yoke. You can do that by clicking this here, like so. And we're going to head to, actually, yeah, first of all, we'll put the battery on here. I've just been for a flight, actually. And as I say, some of the sounds are really, really nice. Some of them will be a bit dodgy. Don't worry about that. This is a early beta version. So actually, I've got everything set as I had it before. So my position lights are on. Anti-collision lights, we can leave them on today. Seatbelt sign is on. I think we're all good there. So generators are on. Go back to this view here. And what we're going to do is we're going to start, we've got the fuel pumps on, and we're going to start the right engine first. And I'll go outside, I'll shut up, and you can hear the sounds. And then we'll do the same again for the left engine. This time I'll stay inside the aircraft, perhaps. And the classic throttle quadrant is actually right here where you wouldn't expect it actually, and it's interesting. I bet pilots got used to it, but I'd find that really difficult to get used to. So hopefully that will come online now, and then we'll go to the overhead panel. We'll put our bleed air on. It's a shame there's no sort of the fuses don't pop out, which is something that maybe could be added later on, and there's no EFB tablet either. Anyway folks, this is going to be a short preview today, so we're now going to jump into VR, get going out of Oban and head to Barra. I'll see you in a few moments. Okay folks, so welcome. We are now in VR, and I always say this, but it's when you're actually sat inside the aircraft, that's when it feels like it's alive. And sat here now, you get a sense of the scale, and this cockpit is nicely scaled actually. It feels like a very nice place to spend the day, and I'm going to be spending a lot of time in this bird for sure. Also, by the way, we're going to be using the VR controllers as well, which is pretty exciting. I don't tend to show them on the channel that much in videos, but we're going to use them today. And with that being said, let's get cracking. So I'll just show you also that obviously this aircraft is fully VR compatible as well, which is very, very important. Here we go then. Now, just to say, the sounds are a bit weird. As you can see there, they're kind of going in and out and stuff, but all this will be fixed for the final release. So please just ignore the weird sound anomalies. That will be something that won't be an issue when we finally get the full release version. That is when I'll do a full review of this aircraft. But I have to say, in VR, very nice indeed. Very nice place to be. That's the Kodiak, another favourite of mine, as you know. Okay, so we're now heading on our course. Flaps are going up, and just seeing the views of Scotland in this Twin Otter is quite something. It really is. And I have to say, I am really surprised with the frame rate. Maybe it's those steam gauges that make the difference, I don't know, but the texture quality certainly has not suffered for those high frames. I'm getting about 40 odd frames per second in VR. That's pretty damn good, honestly, for this sim. But yeah, looking around at everything, it just feels really, really nice. And it's great as well to be able to use the touch controller as well. In fact, actually, we should have had our landing lights on, but never mind. In fact, I'll put them on now, just to mess around here and show you that the VR controller support is working very, very nice indeed. And also, as you can see here, the toolbar is now working very nicely with the latest update, which is great to see. Well folks, I've got to say, Scotland is really truly delivering today. Those are some absolute epic views. And Aerosoft, if you are listening to this, before release, please make sure that the zoom spots are working in VR. And I've noticed that when you go to external view and then go back in, it resets your view. So just those little things will be nice to be sorted out for the final release, which I'm sure they will be. You know, this aircraft, there's something about it that makes you fall in love with it. I don't know what it is. It's got so much character, even in this sort of early stage as well. And I think it's just the Twin Otter in general. I'd imagine real-world pilots probably had quite a bit of an affection for it, you know. I don't know, it's something about it. It might be a bit ugly looking in a way, but it's an era of aviation that I absolutely love. And it really is proper flying. And that comes across being in VR here right now. Right, we'll back off the props a bit actually here. Yeah, the sounds are a bit weird at the moment, but I'm sure they will be sorted out eventually. Also, I've noticed I've been ragging the engines on this thing, and there's no failure modelling that I'm aware of. Something else that I would like to see in the future. But I have to say, overall, it's absolutely beautiful. It really is a very nice model, and great fun to fly. I cannot wait to try the float plane version. In fact, I'll probably show that off in my final review. I'll tell you what, folks, that scenery down there is so incredibly crisp. The ortho imagery in the UK and Europe, it's very, very impressive. That is a shot right there. Wow! Right, I think now's the perfect time to try the autopilot system. So we'll put the AP on. We'll go to altitude hold. That should do nicely, and then I think we'll go into nav mode, make sure that our VLOC is set to GPS, which it is, and enjoy the views. We have the most perfect scenery out here today, and I have to say the latest update is working very nicely for VR users. It's great to have the toolbar working again, and everything is all good. So let's hope that Asobo now can just concentrate on, you know, getting the sim to where it should be. Especially as we've got some amazing aircraft to enjoy now, and some very nice turboprops. I have to say, this one, it's a joy to fly. I've been flying it pretty much all day today, and it's just very stable, and it's just really good on frames. It feels like a solid aircraft, and as I say, I'm really looking forward to hearing the sounds done properly, because obviously there's a few issues here and there, which is why this is a preview. But all is looking good for the 19th of January for a full release. One thing we did forget to do on takeoff actually is set our takeoff rudder, because there is quite a powerful P factor, so you need to make sure that that is set. We can probably put that back now actually. That works really well, I like that in VR. I have to say, guys, I do really like using the VR controllers. Definitely, especially now that they're working better. It's because, you know, each aircraft is all different, you know, so you can reach out and touch wherever you need to based upon the aircraft's configuration. You just cannot do that with a mouse. It's just not the same thing. Just looking there as well. We've got our pitot heat on. We can take the taxi light off now. And all is well inside the Twin Otter. Can we move that around? No. Oh, hang on. Oh, we can switch it on and off. Okay, that's cool. What about the wipers? Do they work? Hang on. There we go. They do work if I can actually get them to go on properly. There we go. Now, I'd love to see... They probably don't do that, but I'd really like to see the rain being washed away with those wipers as well. But it's good that they work. That's very cool. Actually, we'll just park those windshield wipers there, and I'll see you a bit further down the road as we head into Barra, which won't be long now. Actually, I'm going to start descending, and we'll be flying, as I say, into one of the very few sandy beaches that are actual airfields. I think it might be the only one in the UK. I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments, but this seems like the perfect first flight in the Twin Otter, and we're going to do many more, I can assure you of that. See you a little bit further down the road, folks. Right, folks, so we're now in the descent. We're at 3,500 feet. I can see the beachy runway in front of me. It's actually, the visibility is amazing today. This is real world weather. I thought I'd just quickly show you that there is a checklist, by the way. We didn't go through it today because the documentation is only about 60% complete at the time's recording, but it is there for you to use. Right, with that being said, I think it's time to go hands-on now and get this baby down. I think the weather today, we're quite lucky. It's not too bad. It's not too windy either. So hopefully we've got no excuse. I'm using the honeycomb yoke, by the way. And talking of yoke, can I put it back on? I don't think I can now, can I? Oh, I can. Oh, brilliant. Okay, that makes things even more immersive. We love that word. So what we'll do is we'll put the landing lights on. I do love using the controller, I have to say. I know I keep saying it today on this flight, but it does feel good. I think I'll start using it a bit more. And by the way, we're using the Quest 2 stabilization feature today. I'm using this headset primarily because it looks much better on the recording. It's less shaky. But of course, the Vario Aero is the only headset to really super enjoy all those textures. And of course, the Revo G2 as well. Is another fantastic headset, particularly because you'll be able to hear all those sounds, which hopefully will be ready to go when this gets released on the 19th of January. Right, anyway, it's now time to go hands-on. And yeah, as I say, the sounds kind of go in and out a bit, which is a bit weird, but we'll get used to it. As I say, this is a beta. It's just great that I'm able to show you this aircraft. And I think we'll go straight in, to be honest, guys. I think we'll slow down. This thing does slow down very quickly. And we'll go 2-stage of flaps. The sounds come back again. And the flaps are a bit delayed as well. Okay, so as we are descending, they say it's going to be quiet in the cockpit, but that's because the sounds aren't quite right. At the moment. I really cannot wait to fly the final version because I do feel it's gonna feel so much better, and it's why I can't really review this aircraft right now because it's just not finished yet. But rest assured I will be showing this bird a lot on the channel when it's finished. That sandy beach down there looks very inviting, and I'm very pleased we're heading that way. Just absolutely gorgeous. This sim is so beautiful. And honestly, it doesn't matter what headset you use as long as you're happy. I'm having a great time in the Quest 2 today on wireless. You know, and this is one of the cheapest headsets you can buy. Don't worry about it, folks. If you cannot afford the Vario Aero, but you're enjoying the experience in VR, that's all that matters, okay? I really don't want you to get into financial trouble just to get the latest and greatest VR headsets. You know, things are moving very quickly right now, and it's a great time for VR and flight simming, without a doubt. And I think 2022 is going to be even better, especially with add-ons like this, for sure. Right, anyway, so we've got our landing lights on, fuel pumps on, T's and P's are all good. Love to see those steam gauges down there. And we're just now going to feed her in with a bit of power and get her on approach. You know, I'm going to do this flight a lot in different weather conditions because it's going to be so much fun. Look at that water down there. That is absolutely spectacular. Right then, so just a case now of being on speed. This honeycomb yoke, by the way, I'm loving it. Really am loving it. It's one of those things where I should have bought one a while ago.
500.
Oh, we've got some call outs here. Like it. And wish me luck, guys. We're coming in. Here we go. 100 feet. And there we go, folks. We even use reverse thrust there, but I don't think... Oh, there we go. There we go. That was... Oh, wow, what an amazing approach into that beautiful beach there. And just the colour of the water and everything in VR, just absolutely spectacular. So I hope you enjoyed that sort of first preview look at the Twin Otter by Aerosoft. It's going to be out on January the 19th. It's a little bit unfinished at the moment, if I'm honest, so I can't really give you my final verdict right now. But hopefully I'll be able to give you a full review very soon. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you feel like subscribing, that will really help the channel, because 80% of the people watching this video and all my others are not actually subscribed. So if you do feel like supporting me, that's all I ask. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye for now. And we'll just take the landing lights off as well. There we go.